Hi, I'm Gagan. Today we are discussing a crucial aspect of digital forensics that every cybersecurity professional and those preparing for certifications like CISSP needs to understand the five rules of evidence. Whether you're investigating a data breach, handling a corporate incident, or working with law enforcement, understanding these principles can make or break your case. Before we jump into the rules, let's understand what we mean by digital evidence. Digital evidence includes any information stored or transmitted in digital form that may be used in court. This covers everything from emails and text messages, browser history, log files, digital images and videos, hard drive and memory contents, network traffic captures, and cloud store data. The challenge with digital evidence is that it's inherently fragile, easily altered, and sometimes difficult to explain to non technical audiences like judges and juries. That's precisely why we have established rules to ensure our evidence is reliable and admissible. The first and most fundamental rule is admissibility. For evidence to be useful, it must be admissible in court or other formal proceedings. So, what makes an evidence admissible? It needs to be legally obtained following proper authorization and search procedures, relevant to the case at hand, not unfairly prejudicial. That means evidence won't unfairly sway opinion through emotion rather than facts. And it must be properly authenticated. Let's look at an example. Imagine you're investigating unauthorized access to a financial database. If you obtain the server logs without proper authorization or chain of custody documentation, a court might rule them inadmissible regardless of what they reveal. Therefore, always ensure you have proper authorization before collecting evidence, document every step of your collection process, and be familiar with the relevant laws like the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act in the US or similar regulation in your jurisdiction. The second rule is authenticity. You must be able to prove that the evidence is what you claim it is. This is where cryptographic hashing is essential. When you collect digital evidence, immediately create a hash value and it gives you a digital fingerprint of that evidence. If even a single bit changes, the hash will completely be different. Your authentication methods include hash verification, digital signatures, metadata analysis, and even witness testimony about the collection process. Remember, in court, you will likely be asked, how can you prove this evidence hasn't been altered since collection? Your documentation of hash values at collection time, secure storage procedures, and chain of custody records are your answers. The third rule is completeness. Your evidence should tell the whole story, not just parts that support your theory. In digital forensics, this means collecting and preserving all relevant data, not just what seems immediately useful, documenting evidence that might point to alternative explanations, and being transparent about limitations in your collection methodology. For example, if you're investigating unauthorized file access, don't just collect logs showing the suspicious access. Also gather logs showing normal access patterns for comparison. This presents a complete picture of the activity on the system. Incomplete evidence can lead to incorrect conclusions or can be successfully challenged by opposing experts. Being thorough helps you prevent these challenges. The fourth rule is reliability. Your evidence must be collected and analyzed using methods that are proven, tested, and repeatable. Reliability comes from using validated forensic tools and methods, following established standards and procedures, proper training and certification, peer review of your findings when possible, and ability for others to reproduce your results. This is why professional forensic analysts document which tool they use, which version numbers, and exactly how they were configured. If you use forensic tool version, for example, 4.19.3 to analyze a disk image, that should be in your notes. The fifth and final rule is maintaining proper chain of custody. This documents who had possession of the evidence at all times from collection to presentation. A proper chain of custody record should show who collected the evidence, when and where it was collected, how it was stored, who accessed it and when, any transfers between custodians, and seals or safeguards to prevent tampering. Even the most compelling digital evidence can be rendered useless if you can't prove it's been properly handled and protected from tampering. Your chain of custody documentation is essentially the biography of your evidence from birth to courtroom. Now that we have covered the 5 rules of digital forensic evidence, let's highlight the key takeaways for your cybersecurity career and also for CISSP exam. Documentation is crucial. Document everything from the moment you begin collection until the case concludes. Use validated industry standard tools and keep them updated. Know their limitations and be prepared to explain your tool selection in court. Be prepared. Having established procedures before an incident occurs prevents costly mistakes during high pressure situations. And you need to assume scrutiny. Work as if every action you take will be questioned by opposing counsel. This mindset leads to more defensible processes. Use multiple tools to verify findings. It'll strengthen your conclusions and will also guard against tool specific errors. And probably the most important, your professional integrity is on the line with every investigation. Maintain objectivity and report findings honestly, regardless of what stakeholders hope to hear. To recap, the 5 rules of digital forensic evidence are: admissibility, can it be used in formal proceedings? Authenticity, can you prove it is what you claim it is? Completeness, does it tell the whole story? Reliability, were sound methods used to collect and analyze it? And chain of custody, can you account for its handling at all times? These rules aren't just theoretical concepts, they are the foundation of effective digital forensics and can make the difference between a successful investigation and a failed one. If you found this information valuable, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more cybersecurity content designed to help you advance your career and also pass the CISSP exam. I'm more than happy to connect with you on LinkedIn. Thank you.